Well, hello. Welcome back. Whichever it is, I'm happy you're here. A few videos back, I made what I call a taco bake. I took the burrito wraps and I hung them over the side of the pan. I filled up the pan and I folded it over like an envelope, and we baked it in the oven with a sheet pan on top of it. And I thought that was great. When we got to the middle parts, both sides were open because it's, in a pan. So I thought, oh boy, if we just made these individual ones like I did with Eric's, it would have been better. And they're like, yeah, let's do that. So then I started thinking, boy, would it be good if I stuck a Burrito in there. Then you get some crunch on it, right? Now, I have to tell you, I don't eat fast food. I don't like it. I never did. I used to eat Burger King, but I just don't. So for me to go into a Taco Bell, I don't even know what's on the menu. I have no clue outside of a traditional taco what they make. So I just kept coming up with these ideas in my head. So the kids were like, Grandma, you know that's a thing, right? No, did not know that. So I started paying more attention. And now I'm seeing commercials. Why I didn't see them before, I don't know. I just didn't pay any attention. It wasn't something I was interested in. I don't know. But I did not see these commercials. Now I can't stop seeing them. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to make a dupe of a Taco Bell. I do have Doritos over there for those who want it. And then I got the Tostados. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to make something I've never eaten before, a dupe of the Taco Bell. I think it's a CRUNCHWRAP. I'm not sure. But let's get right to it. Let's heat up the pot. Okay, so all of this has to get diced up. I have some ground chicken. I did a little research and I found that Taco Bell uses 80-20 beef, and they also use a mechanical, or not mechanical, fake meat, I don't know what it's called, a protein source that they add to theirs. We're not going to be doing that. I would do the 80-20, but not the fake meat. But I'm using ground chicken. It's all the same to me when it comes to this kind of stuff, because we're going to be adding taco seasoning to it. If you really need the beef flavor, you can add some beef flavor to it. This is less expensive. It's healthier than ground beef. So they say. I don't know. I'm no food person like that. So last time when I made the big bake wrap, I used a pack and maybe a quarter, and that was enough for us. But that was baking it in a sheet. My concern now is that I'm going to be making individual ones. I likely would need a little bit more meat. I'm not sure. So I'm going to do a pack and a half just to give me a little bit of extra wiggle room. And that, because I don't really think we need 2 full packs, and I can always have this extra half a pack for something else. That, like I did when I did this, like, oh, I got that extra half a piece in there, so, if it doesn't look like a lot, I'll throw it in there, but I think we'll be okay with a half a pack. So we're going to put that in the frying pan, and we're going to start browning that up. While that's browning up, we're going to get started on this. I need a different knife, and I got to wash my hands, so just give me a moment. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of onion in with the cooking. To be honest, I really don't know what goes in a taco. Like I said, well, I know what goes in a taco. What goes in this, I know what my family likes, and I know what they will eat. All right. So I had to stop for a minute because I couldn't get in the onion. It didn't want to let me have it. So, got the meat started. I'm just gonna dice this up a little bit, put it in there. Like I was saying, I don't know if onion goes in a taco from the authentic Taco Bell kind of a thing, but my kids will eat it. So, and I'm doing it really small, and I'm only doing half of this onion. There's gonna be so many other flavors going on in there. This'll be plenty. And then I don't have to add like powder later down the road. Okay, so this is gonna go over here in the pan with the onion. Hey, with the onion, with the meat. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice all this up, and then the meat will brown. By the time I get done with that, this meat should be done being browned and crumbled. There's some of this meat to the side over here. There's a little bit of grease in there, not much. Soak up the grease. Showed you that hack in another video that I was doing it and it was just a flop because there was so much grease. I was cooking with beef and not with ground chicken, which I am here. Okay, so the onion's cooked. The ground meat of your choice. You could use beef, you could use chicken, turkey, whatever you want. They use beef and some kind of a protein blend mix, you know, man-made. So I have a little bit more than a half a cup of water. Calls for a quarter cup, but I had that extra meat in there. And calls, I think it calls for 2/3, I'm not sure. This is a half cup. It calls for a quarter cup per pound. I'm not putting the whole half in there because I'm using chicken and it usually can't defend itself against flavors. It takes on whatever flavors are with it. So I'm gonna get that mixed up and then we're gonna start preparing the meal. I'm so stuck on whether I wanna bake this in the oven or if I wanna bake it one at a time. My reason for wanting to do it in the oven isn't because anything other than I can make more of them at one time than I can if I do onesie-twosie in the frying pan. It'll take me longer. So that's why I'm considering doing it in the oven. Matter of fact, let me start warming the oven up in case I decide. And if I don't, I just turn it off. All right, well, let me get this mixed up and then we'll go from there. All right, so that's all mixed up. The water's all evaporated and whatever. There's still some in here, so what did I use with this ground chicken? This is a half a cup measuring. There's probably like an eighth of a cup still in there. So I definitely used the quarter a cup and then half of a fourth, which is an eighth, in this. So do the math on that. All right, so this is already ready to start being assembled. I'm gonna start assembling them and then I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do, if they're going in the oven or if they're going in the frying pan. I just wanted to show you that I did add just a drizzle. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
That sounds yummy, 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 Grandma.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. That's what he said. All right. Turn that heat off. Starting to stick a little bit. All right. Let's get to assembling. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna bake them in the oven. I talked to the kids. What do they want? Do they want it onesie-twosie or do they want it all at one time? And they said they want it all at one time. So they also nixed my idea of putting the Doritos on there, but I might put one on mine just to see what it tastes like. I'm thinking it might be too much nacho cheese flavor. And some do want this cheese, and some want the Colby Jack shredded cheese. We'll make it. So it's our dupe-ish on taco takeout. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 2 cookie sheets. One, you don't have to foil it, I do. On the one side, you're gonna spray this with the cooking spray. Then you're going to take another cooking sheet, and on the back side, where I again put the spray, you're going to spray that as well. The reason for the back is it's going to hold down your thing while you're cooking. So you don't have to put the foil on here, but hey, it's going to save you a lot in the cleanup. But it's up to you, whichever. It won't make or break the dish. So let's get started. So I got to spray first. I got to spray my pans. Hold on. All right. I just used vegetable oil. So in the center, you're going to start with a little bit of meat right there in the center. Okay, so again, I got ahead of myself. What I want you to do before you even start doing anything is put a wet paper towel over top of your shell here and give it a nice little couple of seconds in the microwave. It'll soften them up. I know that they're already soft, but trust me, when I tell you I have made these before using this same method, and I left mine sitting out for a minute. I'm doing this. I left mine sitting out for a minute too long. These got hard and they started cracking on me. All right, that was 15 seconds. Times are gonna vary dependent on that's the one I had to take apart already, on your particular oven and the temperatures, but they're just a little bit more agreeable with doing things when you do that step. Okay, so for Eric's, we're gonna put a little bit of the meat in here. Start again, right? I always forget when I do Eric's. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of his cheese. Ouch! Put a little bit of his cheese. This is we use it all the time. It's plant-based, Mexican style shreds. Getting ahead of myself. I'm going to add a little bit of salsa first, right here, just a little bit. It helps with Eric, with his cheese melting a little bit better. We get a little bit of liquid with it. It's not much of liquid, but it is liquid. So we're going to put that in there. And then we're going to put his taco over here, his shell. Then we're going to put, you can't use sour cream. I don't have anything made that he could. When making this video, I was unaware of the brand Kite Hill. They have sour cream that's vegan, non-dairy, and it is a fantastic alternative. Eric absolutely loves it. So we're going to top it with the salsa and the cheese and the lettuce. So here we go with the lettuce. A little bit of tomato. He loves tomatoes. Oh, that's a big one right there. He loves, loves, loves tomatoes. He is the best. He'll eat his fruits and veggies, no problems. Okay, and for his, I'm going to go in with just another, and this is medium, so that's why you'll see me going just a little bit lighter than you would if it was traditional, just regular old taco shells. Tostitos. So the next step is you're going to fold the ends out, but it never makes it all the way over. So what I did was I took another shell, which I also didn't cook, and I'm hoping that a quarter of it, we'll find out. I'm hoping a quarter of it will do do the job by putting it right here in the center. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pick it up and you're going to start to fold it, okay? It's going to make an end. So whichever way you want to go, you just do that signature fold all the way around. You see? Just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Now you see where my plate idea is going to come into play here. Because you see, you take this and just, let me show you what it looks like when it's, it'll look like that. Okay? What you're going to do is you're going to take the pan that I told you to grease, right here. You're going to pick this thing up, and you're going to put her open side down. And then you're going to place this on top of it. He wants two. So I'm going to make up his, and then when we get to ours, I'll come back. All right, so I got his two done. That's going on top, and that's going right in the oven like that. And now let us get to ours. Okay, for ours, I'm going to get started. The cheese layer is nothing more than the yellow cheese with salsa in it. So what we're going to do is, because the kid said very little, so all right. So we're going to have to warm this up a little bit. I got to make a few, so it's about half of the jar. And then I'm going to add some of the salsa to it. It's a little bit of open stuff I had in the refrigerator. I want to use this up. I realized I had it afterwards. All right, so I'm going to give that a quick nuking, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, there it is. A little bit of salsa in there. Oops, I'm flying out. There you go. So if you don't have it and you got the Velveeta in the oven, the Velveeta in the refrigerator or in the pantry, add a little salsa to it. Add a little spice to it. I could use a little more. There we go. Much better. All right, so let's get to making ours. Okay, so see how much better these things are that work with? It's just so much better. I was getting ready to grab over here. So, I'm gonna put some of this. Schmear. That's the word for today, schmear. Smear it around. Add your taco stuff. I'm going to make these a little bit smaller because I was having a little bit of trouble closing them. Then you're going to add your tostada. See, here's where I put the salsa last time, but I'm not going to do it on this one because it has that. I also put cheese down there. I'm also not doing that with this one, but I will. Well, no. We like cheese. So I'm going to put a pinch. Just a pinch. Because I like layers, and I just feel like my layers are what works for my family. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. If this wouldn't work for your family, don't do it. Okay, tostada on top. We build our little salad. Oh, nope, we don't. First you take some sour cream. When I made that bake, I was like, the only thing this is missing is I wish I had some sour cream to dip it in or something, right? And I didn't have it. Wasn't like I forgot it. I just didn't have it all together. So I was like, I wish I had some. And that's what would have made it better. Okay. So stop talking. Get this thing going. So there you go. That. Some lettuce. Let us entertain you. Every time I say lettuce, I want to sing that song. Okay, well, Eric can't have any of these tomatoes now that I touched the cheese and stuck my finger all in it. Probably get a little more tomato, but that's all right. Salsa. Hold it right there. I forgot the cheese, but I'll show you. I make it in the next one. And then we're going to put the middle piece in there. Where'd my knife go? I forgot to cut this one in half. We're going to put her right over the middle there. And then we're going to wrap it up. Pinch it. Pull it. Pull it. This is why I have this down here, so I can spin it and you guys can see it, so it's not like blending in with my counter. Pull it. Pinch. Pinch it. And one last turn. And boom. There you go. So I'm going to put that on my pan that I have sprayed. And I'm going to put a lid on it to keep it closed up while I make the others. There goes Eric's. Nice and crispy. All right, let me clean up this mess that I created assembling these together. They may or may not want another. I made them each 2, so I'm hoping that's enough. If they want more, I got a little bit left, I can make more. So, there you have it. I'll meet you at the table when they come out. All right, let's see if we can get the crunch. Be real quiet. Shh. Listen. Hear that crunch? That was your food crunching away. All right. Well, there you have it. If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. All right, kiddos. Do not try this at home. I want you, Eric, to push down, fingers up. Listen for the crunch. 1, 2, 3. No crunch for you?
I heard a crunch.
All right, well, we'll see.
It's kind of crunchy.
All right, it's okay. Let's pick it up and eat it.
I mean, it smells delicious.
I heard the crunch when you bit it.
And it tastes delicious.
And it's tasty too, huh? Do you pop out at parties? Do you poop down? And it's tasty too. All right, well, there you go. I hear the crunching. All right, like it? Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. For the food critic himself. Bye-bye. That's what it looks like inside. Woohoo, it's hot. Sorry, I have to show you the burnt one, but the other ones didn't stand a chance when they came out of the oven. They just devoured it. So there you go. Ouch. I got to put it down now because I don't think I have any pads left on my finger.